This is not a comprehensive list. However, these are some of the most important tools included in the Xcode installation. Let's start with the editor. The editor is where programmers type in their source code, usually the first thing they see when they open the IDE. Let's show it in action. Let's open Xcode. This is what it looks like when you open Xcode. It welcomes you with a set of templates here. In this course, we'll do a lot of multi-platform one. But for now, to show the features of the editor, let's do macOS command line tool. The product name is obviously the name of the app, which in this case, we will just say editor. If we have a software development account, like an Apple developer account, you can add it here. In this case, I will disregard that. The organization identifier, it's a commonality to use the reverse domain. For example, my company is AlcheMinds.org. Thus, I'm using org.alcheminds. The language we will use for this demonstration is Swift. We'll save this on the desktop, and you have the option to create a Git repository or not. I'll explain more on that later. These are some of the configuration for this target. And we'll talk about project settings, project configurations, and targets as we create more apps. The first feature I want to show you is the syntax highlighting. And you can see some of it already here. For the keyword print, which is a method, a command in this case, to print whatever string literal given here, it's in blue. And the string literal itself, hello world, it's in red. Let's do an struct shape. And here we will have a let or a constant name of type string. We will have another let area, as you can see, in this case double. And we will have another one called perimeter of type double. So as you can see, the keywords are different. Import, which is like include in other languages, it's in red. Struct, which is the actual definition of the type shape, is in red. Let, and then you could see that the identifier itself here, name, it's in another shape of blue, just like the data type itself. So this feature about highlighting all the differences, it's very useful for you because it lets you read code very quick. The next feature we'll show here is code completion, which you already saw in action. Let's say, for example, that I want to create a shape circle. Before I actually finish typing it, I can just see here how the editor is trying to autocomplete it for us. If I press tab, you see how all this code is already done. And this saves us a lot of time. Another thing that we will do here is show the code folding feature. Let's say you have, in this case, a class, and it'll be dog, and you'll have a lot of code here, a lot of code. So as we have more code here, we will see that one of the useful features is the code folding, when you can fold everything you're not interested in at the moment and just focus on what you really want. Here are all the navigators. This is the project navigator, where you can create different directories, let's say views, models, and you can create a whole hierarchy of your project structure. And you see that I don't want, for example, let's cancel here. You can have models here, you can have views here, and so forth. So this is going to be very useful as we continue creating bigger applications. This is the source control feature here. Remember that we created a Git repository when we created this little project. Here, you can decide what to commit, what not to commit, see all the changes, etc. And we will talk more about Git in the future. This is the repository itself. Obviously, we haven't created any branches, and we haven't pushed it, so there's no remote. Another one that I like a lot is the issue navigator, because you can see all the errors in your project. You can see all the warnings as well, and an explanation of what's going on. This is a fine, just a regular fine, but it's also very powerful, and so forth. Another one that I like a lot is the testing. We don't have any tests here, but as we create unit tests, UI tests, and so forth, we will see them here.